Hi boys and girls, it's Shane. Car hit my house, took out this entire support. It should have looked like one of those. Hit my house at about 45 miles per hour, and I'm replacing it with a Dragon. This is a follow-up. I finally got the scaffold out because the weather's nice, and we're going to work on the Dragon's face today and see if we can start to make it look less like a llama and more like a dragon. In Minecraft, I could just attach a block right here and it would just stick, and that makes things like this really simple. But unfortunately, I don't live in a Minecraft world. Actually, no, fortunately. I'm really happy that I live in this world and we get to deal with things this way. So what I'm going to be using is some wire that I can connect around these little horns. These are really just the start of the horns, but I'm going to be able to attach a bunch of wire out here. Then we're going to be able to connect the concrete to that. I need to get enough of this that I can sculpt with it. So we're going to go back and forth around this horn a couple times, something like this. Then I'm just going to twist it together. Then I'll chop this off. Here I can bend it and make it stay where I want it to stay. So that's perfect. We're going to do that several more times. As with anything you're doing, there are many, many different ways I could go about doing this. I could use chicken wire, and I've used chicken wire before. But I feel like just having the individual control and being able to connect it over each horn is much simpler with this wire. I've already failed a couple different ways to try to do this, so now I've come up with this concept with the wire. I hope it works. The first attempt, I actually made the dragon's head on the ground and tried to lift it into place. That was a bad idea. Okay, so coming down here and taking a better look at it, that's too small. I have to make it bigger, but that's the reason why we're doing this with wire first. So I'm more happy with the size now. Let's work on sculpting. To do this, we're going to use some very sophisticated material. I have it here. This is kind of surprising. It's aluminum foil. This is very inexpensive at my local Sam's Club store, and it makes a great sculpting material, and it sounds cool on the microphone. It probably doesn't actually sound cool on the microphone, but all I have to do is treat it kind of like a skin and stretch it over this. It's so shiny. Isn't that cool? Now I can put the mortar mix right here that we're going to be using. So to actually build this, we're using Rapid Set mortar mix. I get this from the Home Depot. I don't know anywhere else you can buy this brand, but it's different than most brands. It's amazing. And I'm going to begin by adding some water to my mixing pan. Is this a pan? I think this is a mixing pan. And then we'll just use this garden tool I can't name because it's probably not an okay word for social media to mix up the mortar. So it's important to remember what I'm making right now is the skeleton. We're not doing the details. That means I'm not trying to make it look yet like the thing that it's going to be. If you picture like the skeleton of a cat or something, it looks different than what a cat will actually look. Right now, this is skeleton, and even this is the skeleton. We will add to it and make the actual dragon on top of the skeleton. All right, now before we use this, I need to moisten the existing concrete to make sure that it sticks. So I'm just gonna take some water and splash on it, or you could rub on it with a sponge, but this needs to be wet or the concrete won't be able to bind, or the mortar mix won't be able to bind properly. If you can make a mud pie, you can do this. So if you've been a kid and made mud pies before, that's 90% of what we're doing here. Flattening it out into mud pies and attaching it right on like so. A lot of people get intimidated to try things they've never done before. It's important that you do things you've never done before often. Humans do best when we're adapting to things. When we're adapting to situations, when we're learning new skills. That's what makes us most humans. Or that's what makes us the most human, I guess I should say. Humans are more adaptable than anything else on this planet, except maybe mosquitoes. Mosquitoes adapt everywhere, don't they? That's why we do so well. I wonder how this is going to look when I'm done. Are you confident in my ability? Do you think I'm going to fail? failure is always, always, always an option. Especially when you're doing something new, failure is a very common option. But the possibility of failure doesn't need to stop us from doing things. In fact, if you're not doing something you could fail at, you should try to find something today that you might fail at to do. There's Ransom. Say hi, Ransom. That's my son. I'm so proud. Now this stuff hardens up in about 20-25 minutes, so I have a very short work time. That's why I'm working in small batches. I'm not going to mix up a whole bag at once. Tell me something you've done recently that you could have failed at or did fail at. I'd like to know.
It's like Shane's making the dragon snoot. This is Mark. Which one, Mark? Which Mark is this?
I think this is third attempt, maybe.
Yeah, the first one did not do so. Did not fare so well.
I thought I could make it on the ground and then attach it. That was that was folly. That was not the best idea Shane's ever had. Shay has been one of my best friends for many, many years, and I can always count on him to give me his ideas and critiques of what I'm doing. Your real friends should be able to challenge you when you're doing something, especially if you're doing something wrong. They should be able to offer you some criticism, and you should be able to accept it. I think I'm going to do some of this while I'm live, so make sure to follow.